Welcome. It is Sunday. We're live here on the Rich Lieberman 415 Media Brunch. It is a good day in the Bay Area to talk about various things. And today I'm going to discuss a few certain items that I wanted to get to and hopefully get your feedback and give you a few insights and the assorted droll, troll, call, poll, whatever that I would get to you. And here I am. First thing I want to talk about is the fact that, I often complain about artificiality, disingenuousness, that kind of a thing. We've talked about this before here when I was writing, pretty heavy duty when I was writing. And that is this campaign put out by Disney and its TV stations here in the Bay Area, KGO 7, ABC 7. This here it's called Building a Better Bay Area. Building a Better Bay Area. And, look, they're not the only ones that do it. CBS, but to a lesser extent, NBC. But the thing that's most grating in my book when it comes to the ABC station here, local KGO, is it is so disingenuous. It is so transparent. It's Disney putting its fake, utterly gross, sort of patronizing, that's a good word, on this campaign, which no serious journalist should take part in. Now, I understand these people have jobs to do, they have to work, and I'm saying these people, the anchors, the reporters, the staffers, they know what I'm talking about. And by and large, most of them are not comfortable having to take part in this campaign. It's a Disney infused kind of utter bullshit type of crapola put forth by people who should know better. Most people there at Channel 7 on 900 front, they're not happy about doing this. The people through the grapevine that I've heard not only do it, not only take part in it, but are enthusiastic about it. And they should know better. And I'm talking about some very prominent anchors, one of whom has been there multiple decades. I'll leave that to your imagination. But it is so utterly disgusting. And it's Disney trying to take part in this. It's a gobbledygook, is what it is. I'm trying to, in my own words, if I were to say what I think it is, I don't want to gross you out. But it's just utter bullshit, you know? Why don't you concentrate, Disney, on getting good people at your television stations and having some degree of journalistic girth, right? Instead of spewing this utter BS, and that's what it is, it's a campaign put forth by various white people, black people, Asian, gay, straight. It's all a charade. And the fact that you put this crapola BS campaign on the Bay Area of all regions is another reasons why. Hey, I wish Disney would sell its TV stations. I wish there was some independent company out there that would buy these television stations, but I'm not going to hold my breath. So enough on that. But those of you who watch Channel 7, keep that in the back of your mind when you see this crap, you know? And the people who work at Channel 7, those who've been there a while, those who have a iota of credibility and gumption and all that combined, they know what I'm talking about. So let's just say this: Disney, you ain't fooling me. You certainly aren't fooling the majority of people who work at KGO at 900 front. Give me a break. Give me a break. Um, Moving forward, I've often give Channel 5, KPIX, or as they are now called, CBS News Bay Area. I've been annoyed at this whole virtual weather, and they're doing other things. Most of the anchors are standing. They don't sit at a traditional desk. And I've said, look, what is this gimmick? It's a gimmick. Then the other half of me has said, look, this is something new. They're trying, they're attempting to do something in this technological age to attract viewers who normally wouldn't be attracted to this kind of newscast. Because most people get their news this day and age on their phone, the traditional, they go to their laptop and they'll go to the Drudge Report or US News or USA Today or whatever. So, look, I'm not a hard ass. I understand what they're trying to do, and I'll give them credit for that. A semi kind of, come on, Rich, give them a break kind of a thing. And look, I understand what they're trying to do. It's not my cup of tea, but look, if that's the worst they're going to be or look, I get it. That's fine. Um, I wish that they concentrate more on good people, you know. But just as I say that, it reminds me of the fact that I think it's pronounced Lesla Gooden, she left KPIX to go to Cron. And it's just, and this is the bad part of KPIX. It's another string of just what is going on there? What is taking place? And they have, again, a relatively new news director, but has been around the Bay Area for quite many years. Worked at Cron, uh, has always been kind of a number two. I'm talking about Lisa White. Most of you don't know who Lisa White is. Some of you in the industry here in the Bay Area know who Lisa White. Been around the block, is not new to television news, but it just seems that this is long history of various bizarre personnel moves or lack thereof at Channel 5. People are leaving. People are having these mysterious AWOLs. People like a Betty Yu, for example, who just out of the blue want to get the hell out. And that's the heart and soul of it. They leave out of who knows what. There's like this feeling that something is taking place. I don't know. I've tried to talk to various people who've been there a while. And, look, some of them, and I know a few, some of them, they say that it's as tranquil as ever. Some of them say that there's a distancing, that for some reason, people that work at KPIX, there's always this kind of drama that takes place out of the blue. So something's got to be going on. I know people at Pix watch me, and every now and then I'll get an email from somebody they don't want to be, publicized for obvious reasons. Let me know what's going on there. This is an open pitch to people at KPIX who've been there a while. I've noticed too that behind the scenes, a lot of people who work at Channel 5, they've gone on or maybe got out of the business, maybe went to another station, maybe left. I know a few people who work in the morning that have taken a leave and goodbye. Obviously, you all know about Betty Yu and about the guy who had a sudden 86. Now he's back, this Wilson Walker. A lot of the people that they have at Channel 5 now, especially reporters, are new. And they just kind of seem to stay, then they go, and it's very, very odd over there. And, look, the whole state of television news, I've said this many a times, it is in a state of chaos. Frankly, there's movement. People are trying to get the hell out because the uncertainty of the business, the fact that they don't pay as much as they used to. Anchors are still getting pretty good coin, but a lot of the reporters are not getting paid. In addition to the fact, hello, the Bay Area is very expensive to live. So unless you have a spouse or girlfriend, boyfriend who's making coin, and it's very expensive, as all of you know, to live here. So the pay isn't that great. Plus, the drama, the conditions, the fact that there's hardly any decent benefits. Again, why people are leaving and going into PR gigs. We just look at Golden Gate Bridge spokesperson. Look at Bart. Bart's got 3 or 4 former news people, reporters, some of whom worked in radio too, by the way. People doing, the police department, fire department, utilities, the spokesperson. I just saw the other day a spokeswoman for the Oakland port, used to work in radio. I believe her name is Sandifer, So anyway, oddities, bizarreness at Channel 5, that's been ongoing. So we'll observe that and give you any other news that we can kind of see what's taking place for the time being. What else is going on? Oh, yeah, this is something very important, but, for what it's worth, a lot of the KCBS people that are still there that haven't gotten out or retired or been given an option to take a golden parachute, the veterans are reacting again, heavy duty rumors with a good foundation of truth that they're about to do away with traffic in the overnight. And the people that I've reached out to on that subject, I've got 1, 2 really good sources have told me that something will happen, transpire for the time being. KCBS, the people there, the traffic is ongoing, although they've moved veteran people into now overnight positions. They've gotten rid of a few other people, traffic people that we know about. Okay, another mystery to add to the excuse me as I rearrange my lighting here. 2 weeks now, a guy that I'm not a very big fan of, I've made it very, very evident here, is Eric Thomas, former TV news guy who was working the morning drive. All of a sudden, he's gone. Now, again, probably on vacation. That's what I think. But just disappears. They don't say in for Eric Thomas who's on vacation. It's disappears. I do have something that I was wondering about. A lot of you people asked, where's Phil Matier? Matier is part of their insider team. Well, it's just him. He's been gone almost a month now. And indeed, news on that front, Phil Matier will return on Monday. He is celebrating a 40-year wedding anniversary. So I guess he and his wife took off to Europe and celebrated a 40-year anniversary. So congrats to him and his wife. Thus, the mystery is now solved. Phil Matier will be back, presumably on Monday morning on KCBS, which is good because they need all the help they can get. I've often wondered, Rich, do you have to beat them up so bad? Yeah, when they deserve it. When they put out crap, I will call them out on that. You know, Folks, growing up here, I took really, really pride in listening to and observing these really good media outlets, these stations. So even though I wasn't a part of KCBS, never have been, they used to be so terrific You know, they butchered so many good things. I was just listening today on Sunday when they have their in-depth program. Used to be a really solid local, national kind of a of all the news that took place the prior week, right? And what was the big news this prior week? It was the Trump, conviction, felony, first time a president, an ex-president has been convicted, that kind of a thing. I hear wind chimes on KCBS in depth on Sunday. And not only was it not local, they took a syndicated kind of this massively national show that they swiped from the Odyssey app. That's their parent company, the same company that went bankrupt a couple of months ago. And it was a show, and admittedly, a very, very strong subject matter, suicide. But guess what? Nobody's thinking about suicide. I mean that in a what sense. We're thinking about news and the items that made the news, which is what In Depth was all about. And now they've butchered that program. It's no longer the Sunday morning, have a cup of coffee, listen, try to decipher what was the strong news of the week, with a singular host. Now they have this person who has no idea what the hell they're talking about, who, by the way, was gone there today, Sarah Hughes, thank God. And they've put it in kind of a PBS kind of a sound and style, and it's just plain crap and dreck. So, in any event, Eric Thomas, who the hell knows if Eric Thomas is back? I'm not a big fan. I've stated as many a times. He's not in the right job for a morning drive stay, even as dilapidated as KCBS is. In any event, that remains a mystery. Phil Mateer, he'll be back on Monday. Oh, by the way, speaking of traffic, I guess KCBS is moving to get a San Jose broadcast studio in place. So the woman, the afternoon drive traffic anchor, Kim Vestal, she will be, I guess, working out of a proposed new studio in San Jose, and that will help her commute because, from all indications and what I hear, Vestal isn't crazy about driving from the South Bay up to San Francisco to do traffic. So now San Jose apparently in the offing for a new South Bay studio for KCBS. Hallelujah for that. Other things to talk about. Not much. It's the beginning of June. Oh, they will have some real weather to talk about because there's supposed to be a heat wave starting on Tuesday. And we can all kvetch, including me, because I don't like heat. I don't like cold. I wish we had more like San Diego-ish weather. That's another story. In any event, I hope you're having a great weekend. I hope you have a terrific Sunday. Remember, a couple of things. Subscribe to my channel, YouTube, and please, if you can, make a donation, contribution to my cause here so I can continue to bring to you scoops, information, news, commentary, fashion tips, somewhat, comedy occasionally, and of course, my opinions. One other thing, please make a contribution. I will be sometime next week. Maybe we'll do a Ask Rich Lieberman on a written blog, and I'll be able to take your questions and provide you some answers on any kind of media where you have a question. TV, radio, internet, what have you. Feel free to ask. I will announce that if and when we do it, probably later in the week, next week. Okay? All right. Thanks a lot. See you later.